Welcome to the Teaching Bites podcast. Here are your hosts, Fred and Sharon Jaravada.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Teaching Bites show, where we connect you with people and ideas to take your teaching to the next level. My name is Sharon.
And my name is Fred. And welcome. Well, hold on. Come here, little boy. Come here. It's about 9 o'clock p.m., and our 3.5-year-old is still awake. We put him in the bed, but now he's here. Say hi.
Hello.
Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Oh, come on. You
Say
can do that.
hi.
Say hi.
Hello.
Okay. All right, guys, we are back. Sharon was able to put our youngest boy back to bed. Thank you, Sharon.
Mm-hmm. So used to it now.
I know. We're still struggling with that, guys, about the whole
Sleeping.
and our youngest sleep. He still can't sleep with his brother in the same bedroom.
He had a
doesn't
good
like it.
run, though, for a couple of days. He would sleep by himself in his room, and then he comes over, and then
takes over the whole bed.
and then we don't even sleep very well because he spreads out his limbs all over and kicks me and hugs you and
kicks me in the head
yeah.
one night. It's crazy. So, yeah, it's tough to wake up in the morning. All right, whatever.
Okay, anyway.
All right, so this episode we are talking about which blogging platform is best for teachers. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I know a lot of teachers who are using blogs. I think that's a minimum now to use. I remember a few years ago that it was still kind of up. Some schools didn't like blogging or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like, I guess it was a trust issue. The administration did not trust teachers putting things out. They want to only go through.
They want to
main
control
office.
it.
Yeah, it's like Facebook. A lot of schools do not like using Facebook or Twitter. However, that's changing. I've seen it now in certain schools. They don't like using Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't want to. They want to control it through the social media person, the social media office.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like teachers to do that stuff.
Of course, because they have to project a certain
image
to
right.
the public or
Right.
prospective parents.
So, you know, if a teacher wants to use social media like a Facebook, you know, a Facebook page or Facebook group for the parents to go in, some administrators don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's still kind of controversial. There's no trust.
It's too
That's why.
open. I understand. I mean,
That's where blogging was before. No one, people, I remember about 10, 15 years ago, they don't like that. Blogging, no, we don't do that.
I didn't even know that because we're so behind that.
Well, now I think every teacher pretty much has a blog or at least started a blog. Just like they started Twitter, but they never really followed up. Right? Anyway, all right. So, which blogging platform is best for teachers? All right. So, let's run down some of the most popular blogging platforms. All right. Now, platform is just the word of what site you use, what service you use. What is the platform that people use in this particular regards we talk about for teachers, right? So, I think EduBlogs and Blogger are the two most popular blogging platforms out there for teachers. They also use KidBlog, Wix, Weebly, WordPress.com, WordPress.org, and if you're even more daring, some teachers like to use Tumblr.
Oh, and also use Google Sites. I used to use that.
They use that for Google, for websites, yes.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between a blog and a website, right? A blog is like one part of a website. So say the school has a website.
Yeah.
They'll publish blogs within that site,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So in your
Important.
your other school, you go through that site. Everyone has to go to the official school site and they click on the blog or whatever. It's probably behind a password protected wall somehow. All right. So everyone, you know, people. I think most people are familiar with EduBlogs, Blogger. Blogger is really popular, especially and Google Sites. Blogger is really popular among the Google Apps for Education users out there. there's a lot of teachers out there that use it.
Yeah, because it's connected to your email and it's all synced with your photos, I'm assuming. I don't even use it anymore.
No, it's kind
No.
of, okay, well, let me take that back. It's not connected to your email. It's connected to your email account, your school account.
School, yeah.
But you can't, it's not like some sophisticated blogging platforms out there where you can publish from your, well, that's not true. I'm going to take that back. You can email, I think all of these services, you can email your blog to these platforms. Google, the blogger thing, the blogger platform, one, it's dead simple, and it's controlled by Google. Those are two main benefits of Blogger. Okay, it's simple. You don't really have much templates you can use. All boring. They look like from 2003. Same old, right?
Yeah.
And Google owns it, so the security is really, really good. They, so Google can afford to have these servers and backups and all these, anti-hacking services out there that protects their blogs. However, with saying that, though, Google can shut it down anytime they want. They can say, we're going to keep Google Apps for Education, but we're not going to keep Blogger. They can do that. That's their service, just like any other company.
So you're saying because Google has so many different services or products that maybe Blogger would be something that's not so important. They could just forget it.
They can disappear.
Whereas,
there's so many. One of the most popular things that Google ever owned or had was Google Wave and Google, what was that? They got FeedBurner or one of those services for or Delicious or something like that, like a bookmarking service.
Mm-hmm.
Those were hugely popular. They got rid of them.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of users had to scramble and look for other third-party things. So Google, they experiment a lot. So they can get rid of it. Okay. I don't think they will in the near future. There's nothing that says they will. But being the owners, they can do it whatever they want.
So that means you're saying people should get a dedicated blog from a website that's
yes. I'm
only
gonna
doing
I'm
that.
gonna go through
Getting
that.
there.
Right. I'm gonna
Mhm.
get there. Yes. It's like think about you're just building your blog on a landlord's land. Right.
That's a good analogy. Yeah.
And landlord could do anything they want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So it's hard to take that stuff that you published in that blog and you want to bring it to another blog, right? So if you transfer schools, you change your grade level, you basically have to open up a new blog. Like if I put Fred Jaravada 2016-17.blogspot.com, and if I want to go to next year, I probably will have to go Fred Jaravada 2017-18.blogspot.com. See, I have to create new blogs all the time.
That's hard to remember.
To manage. You have to manage that.
people.
Now, some people can do that. Again, Blogger is very simple. Okay. The new Google sites, the old Google sites, it really sucked. I really didn't like it at all. The user experience really sucked. The Google sites now, I've seen online, it looks really cool. It looks really simple now. A lot of drag drop features, and it's definitely more dynamic and user friendly. Okay. That's
So
Google
would you
sites.
recommend that over a Blogger?
Yes,
Okay.
I would. But there's definitely a learning curve.
Okay.
But again, it's owned by Google. Same thing with KidBlog, Wix, Weebly, Tumblr, even WordPress.com. Okay, these are all free services. You can have a free website, and usually it's going to be like Fred Jaravada or fredjaravada.wordpress.com or fredjaravada.edublogs.com. Now they do have paid services, right? To get your own domain, but now you're going to start, if I want fredjaravada.com, which I do have, by the way, you have to pay for it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But once you pay for it, you have more control. You have more options, more control. The best to me, and a lot of bloggers out there, I'm talking about professional bloggers and a lot of teachers out there, the really like innovative teachers out there, they really push for WordPress.org. Okay, not .com. .com is the free version. .org is you got to pay for that. You got to host it yourself.
That's what we have.
And that's what we use for
teachingbytes.com.
Exactly. And FredJaravada.com, I have that. I think I have yours for MrsJaravada.com also. It's all under WordPress. Why did I use WordPress.com? One, we own it. Okay.
.org.
Oh, excuse me. We use WordPress.org. We use that, and then we host it on HostGator, and then we do it that way. So we own it. That means we're the landlords, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can have subdomains of other. I don't want to get too technical, but I can put other pages if I wanted to. Sites.
So I'm thinking about some of our audience members that might want to do WordPress.org. And you just mentioned hosting. Can you
Yes.
just explain that really quick so people know what that means? Why would they need to host it?
It's like parking your car in a parking lot or parking it somewhere so that people can find it.
So you can't have a WordPress.org without a host.
Exactly.
But you can do all the free ones.
The free ones
Without
are
a
hosted.
host.
Yeah, they're free ones like Blogger. That's really hosted by Google.
Okay. Okay.
Again, they're the landlords,
Yeah.
right? WordPress.org. You're buying a house now, basically, but
Mhm.
now you have to do maintenance. You don't have the HOA or all that stuff.
You
have to do it
got to
yourself.
fix that leak or...
Right, you got to do
Yeah.
that stuff. Now, there's definitely more work up front, but WordPress.org is great because it gives you the chance to grow. Okay, you can have multiple pages. You can archive pages for, 2016, 17 is done. Open up a new page. Hide 2016, 17, all that
I didn't
stuff.
know that.
You can hide it or unpublish it, and then you can publish just a new one. But you still have all the other stuff for there.
And I would say also it's just easier when people say, what's your website? Instead of saying teachingbytes.wordpress.com.
Or the most
or
popular
whatever.
one, blogspot.com.
But yeah, it's just nice teachingbytes.com.
And it's more professional
Right.
sounding, right?
Mhm.
When you have your own .com.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I said fredjarvada.edublogs.com, it's like, oh, you just go through. It's not as professional looking or sounding, but fredjarvada.com, it seems that more serious.
It's kind of
Right.
also when someone said their email address is AOL.com, you know?
Yes, I'm sorry, you guys. You guys,
No
I know,
offense.
Well, some of you guys, we know you have AOL email addresses. Keep going. I don't know if that still works, but keep going.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And some people have the Hotmail.
So I have a question. What if, I'm a teacher that doesn't want to pay for anything. I
Go
just
for
want
the
to start.
simple. Go for
What should I
simple.
do?
Go for simple. Again, simple and effective. Go to Blogger. Okay. If you have Google Apps for Education, just do Blogger. Straight up.
Not sites.
It gets more complicated.
Oh,
You
okay,
want a
so-
website or you want a blogger? So there's a different
Oh.
intention now. Blogger is kind of more one thing, right? It's a little more simpler than a website.
Yeah.
Website, you have multiple pages.
Right.
You start embedding calendars. Calendar has homework. You start embedding all these other things. You put slideshows, which you can do that in Blogger, but it's like a running. It becomes crowded.
Yeah, I guess you can analogous would be something analogous to it. Sorry, I can't think of my word. Is like when you post Facebook posts, it just keeps running all the way.
Because
That's
of
like
newsfeed,
that.
right?
It's like a feed. So for
Right.
Blogger, it's
can-
kind of like that, right?
Yes. Blogger.
I remember that.
There are ways to do it. Like I think they have plugins or extensions or whatever they're called. For the newbie teachers or the teachers who want the simple, just go to blogger.com. Now for the more adventurous teachers or teachers who want to do, who are anticipating their future growth, their body of work.
Digital portfolio.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
one thing I like about blogging, or in this case WordPress.org, is that it can act as your digital portfolio. So when you do move to a different school 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, if you do move or you go become educational instructional coach or whatever, you still have all that stuff with you, right? You can still get to it.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the more pictures, the more videos and all that stuff you put in it, your hosting will start going up the prices. I mean, you can start prices like hosting.
yeah, that's understandable.
It's like $1 or to $5, $10, something like that a month. So if you put more videos, obviously, that's why you should park it in YouTube, a private channel or unlisted channel on YouTube. and
Put
do
the
it that
link
way.
on there.
Put a link that way, embed it that way.
So if I want to do this, the WordPress.org,
Mm-hmm.
how much does it cost to have a domain name?
It's
per
like
year?
$5. $5 a month, so times 12, $72 or something like that. I think.
Okay.
But I've seen the $60 to $70. It depends on the service you want. Okay.
Oh.
But go simple. Go just to the basic stuff. If you want to go to your own domain, like, SharonJarvado.com, go ahead and buy one. Go through HostGator or go through those other Squarespace or whatever company that does that. You can buy a domain name and you can be hosted the same services. Much easier that way. In our own, we when I first set up our site, it kind of messed up. I kind of did like 2 different services in one place. So it doesn't matter anyway.
Oh, you did? I know
Yeah.
that.
But anyway, WordPress.com is the free one. WordPress.org is the good one. Now, when you're blogging, make sure you know what the intention is. Are you just pushing out information, or are you going to go ahead and encourage engagement, right?
Yeah.
Some parents may want to ask questions there.
Mhm.
I say do it,
So,
but
like,
I moderate it.
So like enable comments.
Yes,
or-
but I moderate it just in case. Because sometimes, spam bots or people end up doing inappropriate stuff.
Yeah.
So they had to come through me before it gets approved.
Approved.
Right.
Mhm.
So remember, also, if you're gonna start putting pictures up there of students, make sure you don't put in the name. Make sure you don't match the name to the student's faces.
Mhm.
Right.
For privacy
So,
reasons.
Yeah. If you're gonna do like one student, just focusing on the hands, focusing on the work itself and not the face. Right.
Yeah.
And don't match the names if you can. Initials are fine, but in our experience, just go ahead and not name the names. Just name the activity
You
itself.
have to cover yourself.
Right,
You
you
know.
cover your butt. All right. So what's great also, WordPress.org or any of these paid things, you can password protect pages. Like in our page, I put my resume up there.
No.
And if I ever wanted to apply anywhere, I can send them to our teachingbytes.com resume, and then I give them the password to get access.
That's a good idea. So you don't have to always
Right.
find it in your drive.
Right.
You just-
If I don't email that way, I'll send the link that way and put the password.
we should put mine up too.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's a good idea.
One thing that's great about WordPress.org also, it's open source. Okay, what does that mean? It means simply is that it's open to the world, to all the developers, and the developers, these tech geeks out there, they design, they build features, they go ahead and build just to make it better, right? If there's an attack on the WordPress.org, all these developers from around the world, they're gonna fix it immediately.
So that's important. The support and the
So yeah,
expertise.
they have expertise. There's good security, really good security, and they're always trying to make WordPress better all the time. Okay. Now again, like what I said, there's a little more management. You can automate all these management stuff. You can. Okay. There's a lot more themes out there. There's much more customizable stuff out there. There's a lot of more choices. So if you're the teacher that wants to be, stand out the way you want it, choose the font of the blog. You want to change the colors the way you like it.
or the layout.
The
right?
layout, you can choose different layouts, right? All those features, they're all available through WordPress.org. Now, I believe there's a lot of sites out there that use WordPress.org. I think the major ones, they're majors like Huffington Post uses it. I think New York Times uses it. I think even Beyonce's page, web official site uses WordPress. But obviously they have developers, right? Their own developers. But it is a very good site. And I recommend that, okay, if you want to be more adventurous and start tweaking things and making it your own and for the long term. If you want to do it long term, do it. Because it's also easier to transfer if you decide, I don't like HostGator as my domain, I'm going to go to Bluehost as my domain. It's so easy because you own it. You own it, and you can just export it and import it in.
Yeah, and I would imagine if you're starting out on WordPress.org, you just start simple, and then as you just get to know it, you can make it as complex as you want or
Right.
simple as you want.
Yes.
But you have the flexibility to do that.
That's what you
Right.
want. You want the flexibility. You don't want to be caged in,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, I think that is the best. WordPress is the best blogging platform
Yeah.
for teachers.
Actually, you've helped me over the years. I had a blogger.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what order. Then I had a site, Google Sites, And then you got me, MrsJaravada.com.
It's
So those
under
of you,
mine, Fred. Yeah, so it's a
Yeah.
subdomain of FredJaravada.com.
yeah.
Yes.
So those of you out there can go to my teacher page, MrsJaravada.com, and
MRS.
yeah, MRS Jaravada. And I like it because, like you said, I embedded calendars there. I have pages. So if you don't know what pages are, it means that on the top bar you could click on certain words, and it would click to another screen to show you
It's
everything
part of the
under
menu.
it.
Yeah, the menu.
So,
Right.
like, for example, I have one about links and resources. So I have links and resources
Great
for
for that.
parents for certain curricular areas or whatever. And then another page,
reading or math or whatever.
yeah, is like downloadable documents or
Mm-hmm.
reference documents. Another one is the main page, the main feed, like pictures.
Right. And what's great
So,
about these stuff, like WordPress or whatever, Blogger, make sure you choose a template or a theme that is mobile ready, responsive,
Yeah.
because there are a lot of sites still out there. Unfortunately, a lot of teachers are still sending links to their web pages and or blogs, and you have to zoom in, zoom out, zoom in. The user experience as a parent or as a teacher, that's not gonna look good. You want something that automatically transforms for an iPad, for a phone. WordPress, I think most of these blogging platforms, they all have apps. You can directly blog on those apps.
I
which is
love
great.
that part.
Yeah.
Especially because my camera is on my phone and I could just upload the picture from right there.
Right. So WordPress has that. I think Blogger has that also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do. Their iPad or iPhone or your Android phone or your Windows phone or your BlackBerry, if you still use that stuff.
Yeah, but it's a great way to communicate with parents. I really, really like doing that. And it's been a helpful tool.
Mm-hmm. Remember, blogging, it helps you prevent a lot of things, right? It gives you all the answers to the parents. It's like you could even have, here's a great thing, you could even have a page of the FAQs, frequently asked questions.
Oh, that's a good idea. Mm-hmm.
About your classroom. I think you may have the password protect that so that no strangers go in there. But when is lunchtime? When is drop-off time? When is pickup time? When is blah, 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 right? What? At least the most frequently asked questions, you can always point people there for your classroom.
Parents appreciate it because they're busy, being able to just go to your site. You could look at what's going on.
How many pages I need to read to my son or, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to mitigate all those questions that parents have without bothering you.
Right.
So
I think it's a proactive way to open communication, and it's something that if you don't have one, get started on something simple. Parents really do like it, like I said, and it's nice to put things up and the kids see it too.
Yep. And then next time on a different episode, not the next one, but on a different episode, we'll talk about Twitter and how that can work also for teachers.
I don't even have one.
And we'll get you started on that. All right.
All right.
All right, folks. If you like this episode or any of our episodes, please share this with any teacher out there who needs some tips and advice. We're here to help you, serve you. We're trying to find the best stuff and give you all the information that we know so that you can take your teaching to that next level.
All right.
All right, folks.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Teaching Bites podcast at www.teachingbites.com.